Ever heard of those passport bros? The passport bro movement? There's some validity to that. Not gonna lie. There's definitely some validity to that. Even if you don't agree 100% of the movement, there's definitely some validity to whatever they're doing. Going to the Philippines, going to Thailand, going to different countries um, aside from the United States. I think that tells you a lot about the woman here in America. If there's that many people going there to those areas to get wives, um, yeah, I don't necessarily think that's wrong. Um, but I think there's like colorism going on too. Like our country's suffering from colorism, where it's kind of like if anybody probably you guys don't even know what colorism is, but it's like you basically pick and choose people based on color, right? The color of skin, stuff like that. It's kind of like racism, but it's more like it's, if I'm wrong about this, then I'm wrong. But most of the time, colorism, that's what it means. It means you're like picking skin color, right? Based on relationships you're going into, or choosing an employee, choosing positions for a person to go into. Um, it's mostly based on color, okay? Um, so that's racism, right? It's a form of racism, right? Colorism. Um, Now you see it a lot in the I see it a lot in the Latino community between Latinos. We're racist towards each other. White Latino colored skin versus a brown Latino colored skin versus a black Latino colored skin. Right, there's all this colorism going on, right? So I like to think that, well, I don't like to think, but I do know that that can create racism. Um, so I think this whole, um, you know, um, passport bro movement hasn't really talked a lot about Latino men in America. It's talked more about white guys, black guys, not a lot of Latino guys. If anything, they've talked about Hispanic men, but not Latino men, right? Because Latino men are also are I mean Latino men are also um, struggling with girls out here, in America. It's not a topic that many people talk about. If you look online, if you go on YouTube, you don't see many Latino guys talking about the whole passport bro thing, right? Because a lot of guys expect, or a lot of people expect, Latino men to be attractive, towards girls and stuff like that. And there's no problems, right? Latino men don't have problems. They're just, you know, part of another demographic, right? They're just, you know, everybody likes them, right? Supposedly, right? And so there's no division there, right? So Latino men are never talked about in the passport bro movement. It's talked about a few times, but not a lot. It's mostly black and um, white men, but not American Latinos, right? Because there's also American Latinos, right, that are born here, right, who are part of the millennial generation, right? Including myself. So yeah, I don't think that I think that Latino guys have been kind of skipped in the past bro movement, which also is creating a lot of colorism, right, in there, because people are gonna see that, right? Women overseas are gonna see that. They're gonna be like, oh, it's all these passport bros everywhere, right? Um, blacks and whites, and you know, they don't expect a brown person to go overseas, also, right? You see more like whites and blacks, right? If anything, talked about more. Interesting, right? Isn't that interesting? It's just an observation, right? But I found that interesting. That when I was researching about Latino passport bro movements, I didn't really see that much content on it. Um, so yeah, it's quite interesting to me to see that. Um, why am I talking about passport bros, stuff like that? Because I think it's important to know that Latino men are also doing the same thing. Like we're not doing, like we're not out here, like, you know, getting good luck, right? Not all Latino men are getting good luck with girls, right? Some of us are having bad luck with them, right? We're suffering the same stuff that a lot of white guys here are also suffering from, right? Um, and I say white guys because I'm talking about white skin colored guys, right? American, right? By the way, Latino men can also be white skin colored as well, and they can also be brown and black, right? And born here, right? So there's also that, right? And there's a colorism factor, right? For sure. Um, so when we're talking about Americans, I mean, we're talking about everyone, right? So um, just wanted to say that. Um, I think that's quite important. Um, yeah. I think I wanted to talk about it because I think it was an important topic, because it's pretty popular, the passport bro movement, and it seems to me that nobody's talking about the Latino passport bro movement either. So it's kind of strange. So, um, and sometimes like I have thoughts that come, so I just make videos on it. So that's basically what this channel is about. So maybe I'm just ranting, but I don't know. This is just my opinion, my perspective on it, and my observation on society. Hopefully, you got something out of it. I don't know. Maybe not. Who knows? But that's my perspective on this topic. Yeah. Hopefully, it's more insight. There was more insight here on the passport bro movement for Latinos, I guess. Not sure if this is gonna get popular. Not sure it is. The YouTube algorithm is so stupid. It's really dumb. But it's a good way to put my thoughts out there, because this is my podcast. This is kind of like my podcast, so I don't have any other ways to put my thoughts anywhere else. So that's that's my take. This is your channel for seeking the truth about the world, I guess. So yeah, that's all I have to say. I'm gonna quit now.